Absolutely thrilled to be back with Wesley Ashley Wines out of Santa Rosa. And today we're going to talk about Rhones and why it's the single best value you can find in wine. So Jim, Wesley Ashley Wines, 4 years now. You've got Jason as your winemaker. Tell me a little bit about what you want to do, where you're going with the winery, and what you've been able to accomplish so far.
Well, 4 years ago, when we started the winery, we knew we wanted to make Rhone-style blends. And I approached Jason Welch at that time and told him about the project, told him what we wanted to do, and he was really excited about the opportunity to be involved in making Rhone-style blends.
Everyone I know from a winemaking standpoint that ever spends any time in the southern area of France is blown away by these wines. So did that happen to you, or?
Yeah, I had done sort of the usual route for a lot of winemakers in the North Coast and been making lots of Cabernet, of course lots of Chardonnay. But then I went to work for a small winery up in Alexander Valley, which started a Rhone program and came up with a Rhone-style blend, and that's the first time I tasted those wines as helping make those and went, I get it. This is a very interesting wine. So when Jim brought that up, I was thrilled.
Well, I think the first time I ever tried a Rhone, it was so different than everything else that I'd ever tried. I mean, the Cabernets and Chardonnays are pretty much the middle of the road. Everyone knows about those. But when I tried the Rhones, there was something so special and so different about it. It really piqued my interest, and I think that's why I wanted to head that direction.
And what do you think, from a commercial standpoint, is the most misunderstood aspect about Rhone wines to the average consumer?
I think that people get too tied up on what's on the label: Cabernet, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc, Merlot. And I think that the freedom that you're allowed with Rhone blends and coming upon these combinations and using varieties that people are not familiar with and getting creative, I think that that's probably the biggest challenge.
The most exciting thing about this project to you?
Is first and foremost the amount of fun that we have, because ultimately at the end of the day, I always like to say we're not curing cancer, but then again I think maybe we are curing cancer. But we get to have fun and we enjoy what we do, and we like these types of wines. We love these types of wines, and I think that sometimes projects get away from that. So that's probably the number one thing for me. And then we don't sacrifice on quality. If we need to do something to get it done to where we want it to be, we'll do it.
Just an awesome time with Jim and Jason. Keep your eye on Wesley Ashley. This is a winery to watch. Thanks so much for all your support.